All right, so we're back in regular session, and we have two motions to consider. The first motion is to accept the request for reconsideration of NOPV 2014-2. Any opposition to that?
No.
Okay, so that motion passes. And then, so the second motion would be motion to respond to the motion for reconsideration and have it in writing and have it provided to. What else do we add to that?
Just
Just
maybe a
published
published
response in writing.
And sent to respondents.
And sent to respondents, yeah, and their counsel. Any opposition to that?
No.
Since we passed that, does this include the complainant? Did she get any?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so the motion passes.
Mm-hmm.
Now, so that concludes that business. Is that right? So what else do we have?
Okay, so we don't have time to do anything except that
Yeah.
there's a gift exception where this lady has called, and this is so long ago that she said she's going to be embarrassed if she has to give it back now. So could we consider her request? This is Laura Adams.
Do we have a copy in our?
You do, but I don't know how you would find it. Really. So.
Well, let's just quickly summarize it.
Yeah.
Okay, so you summarize that.
Okay, she had a $50 Visa gift card, two of them, one from two children who are students, and for Christmas. Am I reading the right thing? No, I'm reading the wrong one. I'm sorry, but it's two kids. They each gave her a $50 gift card.
Same family?
Same family.
Same family, and it's teacher
Siblings?
to both of their children. They're in the same family.
To the same student? I mean, same teacher?
So.
It's odd.
Kid A and Kid B, $50 each. Her concern is she knows the $50 is allowable,
Yeah.
but because together it's $100 from the same family, she's conflicted.
Is the parent trying to get around the code? It makes no sense why they would do it that
Well,
way.
both children are her students, so maybe they're twins or something like
Right.
that.
Where is the
Well,
gift
it's two
you
different
had
gift
that
cards from each kid.
No.
No, one from each kid, totaling $100 from the same family, but one from each child.
Right, so the kids are probably different. Oh, but the same teacher.
Same teacher, same
Same
parents.
teacher.
So it could be twins.
Could be twins, or it could be kids from different grades, but she's like their art teacher or something
Or
like
like
that.
Really?
You know, like,
Oh,
that could happen.
Oh, that
Yeah.
could happen, yes.
Right.
Hey, Lisa, you had the gift thing in here somewhere.
The
I
rule,
think it might.
just
Oh,
the
here
first
it is. I've got
page.
it,
Yeah, okay.
It might even be in here.
Here's how it's written with the new law.
how long ago did this happen?
She put this in on 12/19, and she did call and she said that my only concern now is I'll give them back, but it's getting embarrassing. I've been holding on to these for so long.
Wait, 12, so it's been a month and a half? That's a pretty short time for us.
And I did. I
don't-
said I
We have
explained the
other
board
documents.
meets once a month.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
Right.
Don't want her to look at the court records.
Well,
See, we've
12,
been here
19,
4
1,
times
19,
this
2,
month.
19. It'll be 2 months by the time this decision's made.
Maybe a suggestion would be that she
Yeah.
can keep one of them, and that the other one she gives to the PTA at her school.
That's awesome.
Done.
That's great.
Okay, if
Done.
I write that
Solve
up, can
Yes.
we get that signed
Yes.
too? Okay.
Yes, one paragraph.
My other second thing was I wanted you to propose what you would like to do about this rewrite. Do you want to
Well,
participate?
what I propose is, and I've spoken with Mr. Falsey briefly about the email that I received, and I can't remember who sent it to me. Was it from
Probably
you?
Barbara.
It was Barbara who sent it to me. And the
On
concept
behalf.
that my understanding is it's not a rewrite of just the political activity; it's actually a rewrite of the entire code. And when I had spoken with Mr. Falsey, the idea was that it was going to be on political activity. I'd hate to sign him up for something that is going to be overly extensive, but frankly, I don't know if I want anybody from the board getting overtaxed trying to rewrite the whole code. I'm not quite sure what kind of participation.
I wonder if Lisa, if you could set up a meeting with Mr. Trainer
Sure,
for
find out what
the
he
two
wants
of us.
I'd be happy to do
If you
that,
don't
and then we
mind,
could
yeah.
just, I'll come over for a meeting and discuss, because I think that Bill would be happy to, if it's an identified term, unless.
Well, and
I
that's the
mean,
only way it's gonna get done, is to take it in pieces.
In pieces. If you just start with the whole thing, I can't imagine what kind of undertaking that would be. And for someone from our board, I just don't think that's kind of.
And we might even check to see if he's in the building now, if you
Mhm.
have 5 minutes. I mean,
Sure.
it wouldn't be longer than a 5-minute meeting.
Sure, no, I think we can do that.
Well, and I think it's an umbrella. I mean, maybe you could bring, you know, that to them, that perhaps not the whole thing needs to be rewritten.
Right.
You know, here's the sections that
Right.
we have problems with.
Right, I mean, I almost, yeah, that's my thought. My thought, we've come across certain sections that we want to fiddle with, but, well, you know, and I think part of this might stem from, I know that Mr. Turney has said on several different occasions that it's too long.
Mhm.
He said it went from 5 pages to 50 pages and it shouldn't be this long.
Mhm.
Maybe that's what he has in mind. He wants to cut it.
Well,
up
there's
to
something
cut
to
it
that.
out.
I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure that when Jim Lischke back in the day when he was on this, again, the code that he had in mind was a very sort of like shorter,
Mhm.
aspirational, these are the principles.
Mhm.
You can almost have like that list of prohibited conduct in the beginning and then
Mhm.
call it good. And then sort of like it started being kicked around from committee to assembly
Right.
committee, you know, and that by the time it got done, it morphed into this
Mhm.
semi-legalistic
Right.
document. So there, you know, so you, and we've talked with this overall, there is that overall issue that we all comment with, that it's got this, here's for employees, here's for
Right.
elected officials, here's for appointed boards.
And here's
It's
for
slightly
mayor.
different, sometimes it's the same, sometimes it's slightly different. So if the idea is, let's go back to the original vision and radically simplify and streamline, I could see that. If the idea is, let's keep it this legalistic type document and then totally rewrite it, that would be a massive, like, it's like constitution
Yeah.
writing at that point.
Because if he wants to, if that's his concept, then it would be a lot easier for us to say, okay, do your thing, and then we'll take a look at it and provide advice, but not step by step by step. I can't imagine going through each
Well,
code
yeah,
section.
let's find out
Yeah.
what he really wants.
He's not here, he's in
but-
June.
Okay.
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 But I know that Mr. Falsey was willing to help out with that one section, and if that's, you know, if that's part of it, then we can do that. So I don't, what was the topic that we were meant to?
Well, the first meeting is, I think, just a discussion of where it needs to go
Okay.
to. So I think it's important for somebody to be there
When
for
is
that.
that meeting?
Barbara sent out a doodle. I don't know if you got her doodle.
Yeah, I do, but I don't know how to work those things.
Okay, I'm just gonna find out what the dates were. I already
It was in March
responded.
or something?
It's in March
In March.
sometime, and I'll send it to you in an email, and if you could let her know
So
what,
an online poll.
if a day was good for
There's
you.
options and you
Because
decide.
then, that may be
Pick
possible
one.
at
Maybe
that
that's where
point
we
to
talk
narrow
down.
a scope of
Sure.
this thing
Yeah,
down.
let's do that.
Because I can't
That's one that says,
envision
oh,
a
yeah, that- it's
rewrite of the
super
code
quick and
without
easy
an
to do.
actual
Yeah.
Board of Ethics member on it. I mean.
No, right.
Yeah.
But I don't want to overburden somebody on this board with a complete rewrite. And that doesn't. I mean, I don't know what he has in mind.
Yeah,
I think
let's
we'll
find
just
out what his
find
vision is.
Yeah. So, and what was it? So there was a time that was actually picked in March.
There were 3 times
3 times.
proposed.
Yeah, 3
Oh,
times
so
proposed.
that's what the doodle thing is for.
Mhm.
Okay.
So I'm gonna
It's
send
really
it to
easy,
you.
just have to look at this.
Is that really
Walk
that
it
easy?
No,
through.
it's really quick.
And you just go
Oh,
check,
really?
check, check.
Okay,
I can
all
be
right.
Available, yeah.
All right. Okay.
I mean, even I did it. It's pretty.
Okay,
easy.
I will revisit that email.
Okay.
Tell Barbara I'll do it when I get back to the office. And then will we meet with him ahead of that meeting?
Well, I don't know if we need to. If
Yeah, I think you can ask the questions and get the scope, just from
At the
attending the
meeting?
first meeting.
What is that meeting for? It's just to, is that what it's for?
Yeah.
And who will be at the meeting?
It's going to be probably the Ethics and Elections Committee or part of their
Mhm.
membership, a municipal clerk, Dee
Okay.
Ennis, myself, and whoever
one of
shows
us.
from.
Okay,
yeah.
I'll be there.
well, and if somebody else wants
Yeah,
to
I know.
come from the
That's
ethics
right.
group,
Yeah,
Actually,
please.
particularly for the vision meeting.
Yeah.
And then, as much as I can, I'd be
Perfect.
interested in helping out.
Mhm.
Good, good.
Unless you don't want the philosopher.
No,
around getting
no,
it.
I
So
don't.
here's what I'm gonna do.
No, my
I'm gonna
concern is
send
not
you-
to exclude you, it's to, I don't want to overburden our
Right.
members. It's, if any kind of participation that we'd want, I'm sure that we want to get involved. I just don't want to sign us up for something that's going to be more than, it's kind of like these meetings are meeting already so often.
I'm going to forget the doodle. I'm going to send out an email to
Okay.
both of you, and then I'm going to give you the proposed times. Just let me know when you're available. We're just
Okay.
trying to set the time. Okay.
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 All right.
No, I'm obviously, I would love to have you there. The question is whether.
Well, not you. I mean, but
Yeah.
maybe other people are sick of the philosopher.
well, especially
So-
the
No.
first session, though. That would be very helpful. The
Yes.
first session.
I think it would be. No, I'm not sick of the philosopher at all.
And then maybe it ends, if it goes forward, maybe it ends up being something where I can't make it this time. Can you make it? I mean, maybe it's
Yeah.
not necessarily the same person that has to go every time. So,
Okay, so
All right.
that's covered. Now,
we'll roll everything over.
just really quickly, as a matter of,
Move to adjourn so we can get to work.
well, we have a lot of things that we need to put off to the next meeting. Do we have to say that?
Just
So,
say it all
We
together.
have to put all things to the next meeting.
okay, we don't need a second. So, any opposition? No. Motion passes. All right, so you got that for your notes?
Yeah.
Everything got put off?
I put it in there much more eloquently than.
Okay, move to adjourn?
So moved.
All right.
Okay.